Hello, I'm John McAllister with the John McAllister Sports Report, and I try to cover all areas of sports, and including female sports, but my main focus is on a section called Around the State. Around the State, I interview college prospects that I like. We do it. It's about 20 minutes, and it's good. But I do other areas too, but that's the one that I really like to focus on because it's about kids. Today, my video podcast is going to be with a tight end from Centerburg, Ohio, Jackson Ballenger, 6'5, 230 tight end. He's really made strides. He's an athlete, and he's really made strides in his football talents. I like him. So if you sit back and enjoy my video podcast with Jackson Ballenger from Centerburg High School in the Ohio class of 2027. Thanks. Okay, like I said earlier today, my guest is a big tight end from Centerburg, Ohio. Centerburg is north of Columbus, a little bit out in the country, and but they play really good football. Really good football. Jackson Ballinger, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Are you staying warm?
I am. It's been pretty chilly out.
It's going to get nippier tonight.
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know where you live, but it's going to get nippy in Upper Sandusky, Ohio.
Yeah, that drift.
Anyway, so Jackson, you're at a Division 6 school, or what level does Centerburg play?
That's correct. Division six.
Okay. Do you think that hurts you a little bit or not?
At the beginning of my recruiting, I had some debates on like what it would mean for an athlete to come out of a Division six school, and would that bring my level of recruitment down at all. But I mean, I think in the world of recruiting now, as long as you have exposure and you go to camps and you have your Twitter all set up, and if you still play good football, I mean, nothing beats fundamentals. I mean, I feel like anybody from any level could make it. Just depends on your level of exposure and really how good you are truly.
Okay, I agree with you. And I think you really have to give extra effort, though.
Definitely.
Let's cut to the chase. You got to give that special effort. And plus, college coaches have to see something in you.
Yeah.
I don't think, well, I say you in general, but you as well. I don't think they do a very good job evaluating high school kids. I don't think they don't dig deep enough. And I mean, that's not nothing wrong with you. I'm just saying I don't think they do a very good job, a lot of them. Okay, end of sermon there. What made you want to be a football player? Because I know you played basketball and you're in track. What made you want to be a football player?
Well, when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to play tackle football, ironically. So up till fifth grade, I always wanted to play tackle football, and I heard all my friends talking about it, and I was just stuck playing flag football. And then once I finally was able to, I mean, it was really fun, but I was still kind of through middle school in that whatever sport I'm playing is my favorite sport kind of mentality. And
Sure.
then my first varsity football game freshman year, it hit me, and there was nothing that compares to that moment. Just in the locker room, getting ready for the game and running out of the tunnel, and my first couple snaps as a varsity player. I mean, it just kind of, I knew it right there. And I knew that I wanted to continue this journey through college. I never thought it would get this big, but I started looking into how to get recruited for football. And I mean, just kind of since that moment, I've been full go.
Get into camps. Get
Uh-huh.
into camps. So I'm going to jump ahead of where I usually go with a question. Was that the time I would ask you? Was there at that time or another time where you said, I got to kick it in gear? I got to step it up. It was ever a time like that for you?
Yeah, I freshman going into sophomore year when I got my first couple of offers, I was like, well, this is real now. This is big time. So I really started flipping my mentality that I'm a football player now, and I got to base my life around getting better at football and learning the game and getting stronger. And kind of through sophomore year, at the end of the season, there was a game, the last playoff game we played actually. Some of the seniors were kind of cutting out early and wanted the season to be over, and there's rumors going around about that stuff, and we were getting beat pretty badly, and I flipped a switch. I mean, I gotta rally the guys. I mean, I have the mentality that I want to keep playing, and I know that not everybody around me has that same mentality. So that's kind of the moment that I felt myself kind of step out of the generic pack of football players, and I've kind of felt like it's been full go from there as well.
That's really good. It's really good. You didn't rehearse that answer, did you?
No,
I'm joking. No, that's a great. I mean, it's great, and it's a great answer. Obviously. Okay, let's go back. As you look back, who are some or one of the most influential people in your life so far? And it can be any sport. I mean, it can be a coach, a dad, or anybody. Who would it be?
yeah, I think my family in all their own ways have influenced me throughout my entire life. But just kind of recently in the football world, Coach Weaver, my defense coordinator, has really pushed me to be the best version of myself. And he's taught me how to get every last ounce of effort out of myself. And I spend time with him working on the mental aspects of the game and life in general, just kind of how to be a better person and how to win at life, really. And I think he's been a real big influence in my life and has recently pushed me to be the person I am right now.
Super. What's his first name?
Joe Weaver.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know him. I really think he needs to get a little stronger. Oh, he's not very good. He's not very cut. I'm joking. He's a good coach and really a better person.
Mm-hmm.
And he's focused. That's really neat. You have somebody like that, an individual coach coaching you like that.
Yeah.
It's super. Okay. I have posters in my room, in my office, and when I taught English and coached football, I had all these sayings and stuff. Are there any words that you live by?
Yeah, I think any part of scripture is really motivational to me. But one verse that really sticks out is Romans 8:18, that our present sufferings are not worth comparing to the glory that will be revealed in us. And that kind of reminds me that no matter how much struggle I'm going through, that I can push myself through it, and that there's a better side to it, and I'll be better because of it.
Well, it's really true. And by the way, that's a good. I was thinking Romans. I thought you were going to go a little earlier in chapter 8, but anyway, that's good. What kind of pulls your chain when in anything? What kind of every once in a while you get your chain pulled or anything like that? Anything bother you or annoy you?
When actually, it's funny you say that. No matter what the sport is, or if it's just in life, is when people laugh off making a mistake. I mean, I'm not supposed to like be frustrated and mad all the time. And if you make a mistake and you truly want to do better, you're not going to laugh about it. You're immediately going to be thinking, what can I do to fix this? And how can I move on? And it's just that's my mentality. So when I see somebody else kind of laugh off a mistake, it's just doesn't sit well.
So you're telling me you're a little competitor in some senses too, right?
That would be correct.
Okay. About school, I heard you had a 3.75 GPA. So something like that. Is it higher?
Yeah, 3.97. My apologies.
Excuse me, 3.9. So the library is not really an ancient country to you, okay?
Mm.
So what are you thinking about studying? What grade? What do you like in school? What do you study?
I'm a huge math guy. I actually just finished my first semester of college calculus just last semester, and it just comes easy to me. Math and science fits well, but looking forward to college. And after college, I want to be a dentist, so I'm going to major in biology and then go to postgraduate dental school. And I've been set on that for about almost a year now.
Wow, it's really good. It's really good. My oldest son was in finance, and he's a math crazy guy. I mean, now, like I tell on other people's talk about math, I say, if I don't cheat, I don't get through school in math. Except first algebra was okay. Geometry was That's a long time ago. Okay. Well, I ask you silly questions. Here's one. Here's the first one. If you could hang out with somebody for one day, 6 o'clock in the morning, midnight. Anyway, who would it be?
Is this dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
That would have to be Jesus. Spend a day with Jesus, there'd be nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm not laughing, but that's pretty tough shoes to fill right there. I mean, he had a pretty tough life.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think one of the biggest things that I take away from scripture is that I know that I cannot live a perfect life, and that's why he died on the cross for me and my sins. So just being able to spend the time with somebody that did that. I mean, his disciples were, all outcasts and they were sinners, and he glorified.
Very smart, by the way.
Yeah.
he toyed with them anyway, and did it. Yeah, and I think the other thing with Jesus, tremendous amount of patience.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I think anyway.
Definitely.
Okay, that's good. Oh, my second silly question, what is something that nobody knows about you until now? On my podcast, what is something nobody knows about you until now?
I don't really talk about myself much. So I bet there's quite a bit of things that I could dig deep and find, but I would say the most random thing is that my name comes after Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Right next to the Tetons out there is a small little town. And my name originated from out there. I've been out there, actually. It's really beautiful.
Wow. In Wyoming. That's really neat. So that's good. That's where your name comes from then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, nobody knows that really, I don't think. That's a good answer. Okay, let's talk football. Let's talk football. Tight end position. 6'4", 6'5"?
6'5" now, yeah.
And then how much you weigh now?
230.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that's still pretty good. I don't think guys should get real heavy. Like, you're not an offensive lineman. I think should never be over 285 coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too big.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say they'll put weight on you in college. I feel like
first 2 months
talk to have me going. I'll be up to 255 in no
Oh
time.
my! In a heartbeat.
With my weight now.
In a heartbeat, and you'll still be able to run. I think running is one of your strengths. What are some of your strengths as a tight end?
Yeah, tight end is arguably the most intelligent position next to quarterback. So I have to be able to know and effectively execute the run game and the pass game. So spending just double my time practicing, because I got to do all the schemes with the run game and learn how to read coverages and how to run routes, and still being fast but also physical in the run game. And I feel like just kind of my ability to be good at both stands out.
Okay, recognition and knowledge, yeah, right? You got to recognize what's going on.
Yes.
What about physically? What's the strength for you physically?
I think my biggest strength right now, and something that is really I've grown from since sophomore year to junior, and even just beginning of this past season to the end of the season, is just physicality in the run game. And actually, I had an in-house visit from Florida the other night, and one of the things that he told me that I never heard before is when people say physicality, most of the people immediately think the linemen in the box just getting face to face and who's going to be strong than the other person. But physicality also means running routes, because you're going to get misdirected by linebackers and you're going to have to make aggressive catches in contact, and learning how to be physical and have my center of gravity when I'm out there running routes as well as blocking.
Physical. You got to be physical in that physicality. I totally agree. I would jump back to one thing you said about intelligence. I'm not so sure. This sounds silly, but I'm not so sure everybody has to be intelligent. Wide receivers have to be intelligent because, in college, because if they've changed defenses as a tight end, I agree with you too. But if they change, they got to be able to recognize that. They just can't run down the field like in high school. Yeah. And they got to be sharp. But I agree with you with tight ends. Here's the thing I would tell you that I liked. I put some notes down here real quick. I I think I think you block really well. I think if anything, sometimes you might get too low because you bend. No, really. I mean, but you do a good job and you block down really well. And the other thing is, you run around in the line of scrimmage. I mean, you pull and do things, and you have really good athleticism there,
Thank
I
you.
think. And good. Your release is good. Your toughness is there. Blocking and you go after guys. I mean, even when you I don't know what they call it now, fold, but you go after guys. You go after block guys,
Mhm.
and that's really really good. Uh, Deep threat, you probably have to work on a little bit with your speed,
Definitely.
and
Yeah.
I think your speed but that will get better with strength.
Mhm.
That just gets better, and that's something you probably want to work on because they'll want you to run the seam or run the drag, things like that. But as far as catching the ball, you do a good job. You haven't They don't really, you're not getting much practice because they don't throw the ball that hard at center. I mean, you're catching the ball behind you and things like that, but you do catch the ball. I'm not Is that being mean or not?
No, no, no.
Uh,
I don't.
You catch it. Make sure you bring it in right after you catch it. Don't let it hang out there.
Yeah, definitely.
You might do that sometimes. But
Right.
those are things I like. But blocking and also flexibility, it seems like that goes with athleticism to me. You can change direction and things like that around the line of scrimmage. Okay, that's my 2 cents. What do you have to work on? Speed. I think your balance is pretty good, by the way, too.
Thank
Speed
you.
and strength. Okay, last dumb question. What's one talent that you don't have that you like to have, but you'll never get?
I'm a huge guy in music, and I'm sure everybody would say that they would like want to play the guitar or something, but I would choose to be able to sing because I know that people cannot stand to hear me sing because they're terrible. So I like singing a lot, but I feel like if some people could actually enjoy me singing, that would probably make it better.
Okay, tell me about film study. You do much of it?
Yes, definitely.
Why is it important?
Well, there's two ways to look at it. You can look at it in season and out of season. In season, you watch your next opponent and you're trying to figure out what to beat them and advantages and disadvantages and their strengths and weaknesses, and as well as just watching practices and past games of yourself for self improvement. And then
Right.
off season, you're obviously going to have a lot of physical development time, but also looking back at last season's film and what could we have done better in this situation more so than just play. I mean, it's really good to look at play still in the off season and see what I can do for self improvement, but kind of looking over scheme wise, it's really good to look at and see what we can improve for the next season.
And with the way it is now, I have my camera here someplace, but we didn't have those advantages years ago that you can look at your camera, you can throw it on the screen, your computer, and
Mhm.
it's such an advantage in it. I really believe, Jackson, that if you look at a film long enough, you can get a sense of getting their minds,
Mhm.
getting the other coach's mind. Or if you watch it long enough, you say, "Hey, I got to play this guy next year. When he puts his hand down this way, they're going to run the ball." And just things to think about. And you have time to do that, I think.
Yeah.
But, okay, just about finished. Energy. Energy is such a big thing. Okay, you're going to be a senior now,
Mhm.
coming into your senior year, and you guys have a pretty good record last year, I think. But
Yes.
what kind of energy do you bring to the football team?
When you say energy, I'm sure most people would think like the big raw guy, but my view on it is energy can mean a lot of things, and the thing that it means for me
For sure, for
is
sure.
picking people up and letting them have the ability to give energy as well. Because I myself have had hard practices and been down at times. So towards the end of last season, I made a goal for myself. Every single day, I was going to make sure that somebody had a good practice and make sure that I lifted somebody up, if not more people up, because I know what it can feel like. And there are hard days. You said it's just long seasons and it gets grueling, especially for the underclassmen that have never done it before. I mean,
Right.
I just want, especially this upcoming season, I just want to be the guy that people can lean on and trust when times get tough, and kind of have the nonverbal energy, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, that's why I asked. I mean, that's what I wanted. That question means, by the way, just it's there. I talked to you about what I'm going to come and recruit you. Okay. And I'm going to come and recruit you. And I'm looking for your best quality as a person. What would that be?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a guy in the game of football and outside the game of football that wants to help other people. So whether that is we just got absolutely crushed on a drive and we're going off and we're trying to reload and I'm going to pick people up, or that means outside of football, if somebody's going through something mentally, they're going to know that I'm going to be the one that they can lean on. And I think as a recruiter, I feel like you would like that in a guy, just to be
Trust.
yeah, trust is a huge word in all of football. I mean, I've had many conversations with coaches and other players, and that was one of our main points last year going into this season. What we need to work on is trust. And I sat down with my head coach, and one of the things that we wanted to make a big emphasis on this season is trust. We want the younger guys to trust the upperclassmen and the coaches just so they can take it better. So I think just being that trusting guy is definitely something that would be
okay. Super. Well, last question. We talked a little bit about recruiting. Well, first of all, you talked about camps. Camps are huge, Jackson. And they're huge, I think.
Oh yeah.
And you don't have to go like some guys who go to Ohio State 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, I guess. But you also want to go different places and see what they're like, especially the schools that you really like. Okay, how's recruiting going from your standpoint?
Oh yeah, it's been great. And like you said with camps, I think there's 2 ways that you can look at it. One is you're giving coaches an opportunity to work you out and see if you're coachable and see you in person, which is something that I've noticed in person that's they really like. And on the other side of things, like you get a benefit from it. You get to see the style of coaching, and you get to get coached by a college football coach. You don't get coached by a football coach every single day. So my ability to go to multiple camps 2 summers in a row has not only bettered me as a football player, but has boosted my recruitment just by them being able to work me out in person.
That's super. Okay, we're going to skip the recruiting, but it's going really well for you. I think you've got something like 20 some offers, don't you, or something like that?
Yeah, 25.
And 25, is it? I'm not a big offer guy unless they're committable. So, it's a whole different ballgame. And I just think they just throw them around too much. Jackson, I really appreciated you coming on my show.
Okay? Yes, thank you for having
me. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you play this year. And it's great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.